Hello everyone, and now welcome to the deciding match in this series between Grubby and MC here on Metropolis. MC spawning as the blue Protoss player here at the 3 o'clock position. Meanwhile, Grubby spawning as the red Protoss here at the 9 o'clock position. Protoss versus Protoss, and an interesting game 2, or game 4, excuse me. MC utilizing Phoenix play aggressively not just for Phoenix harassment, and then combining it with Sentry Zealot. That does explain why MC did have to go for a much faster gas early in the game, and then Zealot. Oh, big words coming in from MC. MC pretty much saying, if I can beat you, MC pretty much saying, if I can beat you, Grubby, then I can take out Sting. If you guys couldn't tell already, this is from IEM. This is the semifinal match, game 5. Still really interested to see who's or how the victor is going to take this game. If you guys haven't seen any more of the other games as well that I cast. For some reason, some of the replays were not released in chronological order, releasing the semifinals after the finals, as I get to study all of these replays. Now, Grubby here, let's take a look at both of these builds and both of the strategies. And Assimilator is coming down. We are pretty much seeing the same exact build from both of these players. MC is actually saving up his chrono boost just a little bit more than Grubby, which is the reason why there is about a 10-second advantage on Grubby's probe count. Now, with that, what is MC going to do? What is he going to spend his chrono boost on? Which is a very important indicator and factor at this stage in the game. What you spend your chrono boost on does dictate different types of strategies, as we are going to see Grubby now moving out and actually scouting in the wrong direction, scouting here at the 12 o'clock position before realizing that this will be full cross spawns. MC so far pretty much getting all the information he needs to see. We can see that this is a double gateway build, which normally would indicate to me that we are going to be seeing some Blink Stalkers at least coming in from Grubby. Now, MC, he does have double gas down, and with that Cybernetics core, it looks like he might be trying to go for Stargate, which I wouldn't actually recommend for MC if Grubby is going for those Blink Stalkers. Blink Stalkers do generally beat out a Phoenix play. It seems to be this Protoss versus Protoss. Oh, does he get the double hit? No, he does not. Protoss versus Protoss rock, paper, scissor matchup, where Twilight Council beats Stargate. Stargate beats Robotics Facility beats Twilight Council. But then again, sometimes you just have a giant rock, and giant rock can sometimes beat paper. Stalker now making its way out here. We do see one Zealot, one Sentry on the ramp. There is that second gateway, as we are seeing MC go into Stargate, and also Grubby going into Stargate. Oh, Grubby and MC both going into Stargate. And if both of these players go into Stargate, I am curious as to what the strategy will be. Warpgate now coming in, and in a Protoss versus Protoss mirror match with Phoenixes versus Phoenix, it often does rely on the range upgrade on those Phoenixes, as since Phoenixes can attack move, you can't really outrun a Phoenix if the Phoenix is already attacking you. You can see Phoenixes are now being added here. What will be added as well? Some players forget that the Cybernetics core is also the natural upgrade building for those Phoenixes, able to get level 1 weapons or armor upgrades. And now coming in, we do see a Robotics Facility coming in from Grubby, and this is perhaps one of the things that MC does better. Actually, no, I take it back. We can see that MC is also perhaps concerned and now going for detection as well with that Robotics Facility. This is something that we should see Protoss players not be concerned about later on, as Protoss players have a different route in order to get detection to deal with perhaps some Dark Templars. Phoenixes are coming out here. Oh, that is going to be a bad number. Oh, triple Phoenixes. This is going to be huge. Grubby needs to back away with that Phoenix. And wow, one Phoenix is down to 4 hit points. This Phoenix down to 20. And there you have the race. Phoenix trying to catch up to another Phoenix. Shields are recharging. And what is going to be happening next as the sentries and the stalkers are in position there? Very, very fast acceleration on those Phoenixes. They are able to fly around and essentially turn on a dime. One of their greatest advantages, in addition to their ability to attack while moving. 4 Phoenixes now, and both sides are just building up more and more Phoenixes. Let's take a look at this here. Phoenix is now going to try to pressure inside the main base. There are a whole bunch of Phoenixes now just flying around. What will be happening next, as I believe they are just simply on patrol right there. I thought that they actually fixed that you couldn't have any more like flowers, and that would do the damage there. Oh, Grubby now trying to back away. One low hit point Phoenix does get taken down. Grubby not engaging carefully at all there, as the Phoenix count is now in favor of MC. 56 to 55 supply. 6 Phoenixes versus 5 here, as we are going to see a graviton beam, and I believe that was a probe, as both sides are now looking to move on into the mid game. Phoenixes are pretty much utilized for map control, and both sides just trying to see who can have better map control at this point and stage in the game. One Phoenix tries to run away from that Zelnaga tower, unable to do so. So the entire center portion of this map right now is kind of this no man's land territory. Grubby is going to get a small window of opportunity to see what's going on here, and if Grubby is not careful, he will end up losing this observer, as the observer, the observer now looking to slip away. The Phoenix should be able to perhaps catch up to them though, as we'll see. Oh, Phoenix parking itself off right there, but that is going to be the last we see of that observer. All right, bam, there we go. Grubby now already setting up his Nexus. It is completed, already has double assimilators down. And now also really, really strong in the overall economy race. Somehow Grubby has a 40 probe to 29 probe advantage, and Grubby is now going into double fleet beacons. This is very, very unorthodox. And another thing that I would like to say at this point is that if at any point Grubby goes for that fleet beacon first in order to get range, that is going to be absolutely huge. Zealots and Stalkers are now down over here. It looks like this pylon, was it spotted? Yes, it was spotted by MC, but what is a Phoenix going to do about it? As we now also have one observer doing a quick flyby, taking a look at what's going down. Income, we can still see 44 harvesters to 34. Level 1 weapons upgrade coming in on Grubby. And this is where I think perhaps Grubby, actually working with Todd on this particular build, may actually know the timings a bit better. If you guys didn't know, Todd and Grubby were part of Intel's 4 King back in Warcraft 3 days many, many moons ago. And perhaps he's taken a little bit of a playbook out from Todd, as I've seen Todd go into Phoenixes quite often. There's that fleet beacon for that +2 upgrade, and now Grubby with over 14 with 14 Phoenixes and more on the way, may be actually able to do a lot of damage with just pure Phoenixes. Level 1 weapons upgrade about halfway done. 1 chrono boost and it would be pretty much halfway done, as we now see Stalkers cleaning up some of the proxy pylons out on the field. Grubby has a slight, I'll say that we are dead even in terms of their army, but still that economic advantage gonna haunt MC for quite some time. The fleet beacon now coming in a little bit later by MC, but even if he does get that fleet beacon, it's not gonna matter because the level 1 Protoss air upgrades is gonna be so much better. The Anion Pulse crystals for that +2 range on the Phoenixes, plus the additional +1 damage off of the cybernetics core. And these Phoenixes are going to simply tear apart the opponent's Phoenixes, as we now see an attempt to expand and take a 3rd base. I can't imagine or remember the last time a Protoss versus Protoss established up a third base before the 15-minute mark. The rocks are gone here. Are we going to see the observer? Yes, the observer is going to spot this, and this is going to be huge news. Now, level 1 armor upgrades or weapons upgrades have been completed. For some reason, we are not going into armor upgrades, which would also be extremely effective. Perhaps looking to move out. The Phoenixes are ready and on the go. Here we have 20 Phoenixes for Grubby, 17 for MC. And this might be perhaps part of the tipping point. Are there photon cannons? No photon cannons here at the main base. And if MC thinks that he has the advantage, he is going to be severely surprised, as the Phoenixes are now looking to engage here. And what's going to be happening? There you go. There is that battle. The Phoenixes are backing away. One Phoenix does get taken down. Both Phoenixes are engaging here as more Phoenixes are added to Grubby's group. And who took out more in that engagement is now 21-19 as level 2 weapons upgrade comes in. Level 1 ground upgrades coming in as well. And MC, both with the supply disadvantage and the upgrade disadvantage, is in a bit of trouble. A third base now finally being taken, Grubby with a photon cannon as well. And just now we see MC establishing his level 1 weapons attack upgrade. MC has a lot of ground to recover as Grubby is chrono boosting his cybernetics core. We don't see that from MC, so there may be a small window where we actually have 2-0 upgrades. Yeah, we may actually have a small window. If we see another chrono boost on Grubby's cybernetics core, that will definitely be the case. So far, both sides just playing very defensively. Is that being chrono boosted? No, it is not. Grubby with over 24 Phoenixes right now, and MC now going into, is that a third? Are we really seeing a third Stargate come in? Yes, we are seeing 3 Stargates coming in from MC. So Phoenix Wars, but these Phoenixes do not come back from the dead. There is that chrono boost. Are we seeing a chrono boost off over here? Yes, we do. It is going to be a 2-to-1 upgrade advantage. Grubby could continue to just chrono boost out this cybernetics core. And if he does so, he may still have a slight... No, I don't think so. That's not going to happen. He is slightly behind as the Phoenixes are now still on the move here. Now, this is where I would perhaps consider getting shield upgrades, since you can, since shields do exist for Phoenixes. It would definitely help out absorb some of that damage. Phoenixes normally don't have any upgrades at all, really, as we can see that there was that another chrono boost there. Grubby now with 2-1 upgrade or 2-0 upgrades compared to MC's 1-0, 31 Phoenixes to 33 as MC takes the Phoenix count and now goes into Protoss air weapons level 2. There is the shield upgrades now coming in from Grubby, and this is a beautiful transition. Getting shield upgrades to help with the Phoenix War, and then also going into Archons. That transition into Zealot Archon will be absolutely perfect for Grubby, as Zealot Archon, even though Phoenixes are obviously not biological units, they still deal a lot of splash damage. You can take a look at these Phoenixes and see how much that they stack up on top of each other, and you also know that Phoenixes cannot pick up Archons. Grubby already with the follow-up play here, he knows that he cannot come out ahead in this war, 38 to 33, so he has the follow-up instead, and now going into Protoss air armor as well. He's going to have a shield upgrades, air armor upgrades against only 2-0 Phoenixes. Okay, Grubby now attempting to back away. Here we go. Here's the engagement. Archon now making its way out, and Zealots are now pushing their way down over here. We are going to see that engagement. You can see that the Archon is dealing so much splash damage, and both sides are engaging. I do not know if my graphics card can actually handle this, but Grubby is just moving around, and the Archons on the ground completely changing things around, doing so much splash damage. Is that Zealot? Yeah, that Zealot's just going to get picked apart there. And you can see the Phoenixes with that 2-1 upgrade, that shield able to dissipate 2 points of damage from every point of attack. every time there was a unit attack, really showed. And now Grubby was sitting on 183. Phoenix is trying to engage. Archons now making their way over, as the Archons are just simply going to run down into here, take down this base, and shut down one of MC's mining bases. The Phoenixes are now going to be forced to engage, as there are Archons on the ground. But with the Phoenix and the Phoenix count, and once all the Phoenixes are gone, what are they going to do? Try to take down Archons? That is not going to be possible. And there is the GG. Grubby pretty much doing a straight up build order better than SK's MC. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.